The first rivalry week, baby.
Let's get it, man. February 4th is going down because we got some money on it, big fella. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another special episode of the Better Blue Podcast.
Special edition.
Let's get it. It's going down this weekend. This is why we started this pod, man. Shout out to all our great subscribers out there. If you haven't, check us out. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Instagram, TikTok, the Better Blue Podcast with my brother, Ryan Kelly. I'm James Michael McAdoo.
From the other side of the couch.
You see the fit. I try to put.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I try
Look
to.
at it. You didn't even got a cap?
That's all I got, man.
This is a starter.
That thing got some sweat from the 80s in it.
This is a 90s hat right here.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't know whose sweat it is.
Yeah, that's
but
definitely used. You got that at the secondhand store. Listen, man, overseas hoopers, man, they know we can only bring so much over here.
Exactly.
So y'all for sure have seen this sweatshirt. They've seen all of these articles of clothing.
Individually, yeah.
At different times.
Got to try and mix and match the outfits, but
let's get it.
Let's go.
Who cares?
The first rivalry week, baby.
Let's get it, man. February 4th is going down at Cameron. Coming back. We finished up there last year. Man, remarkable game. Sending Coach K out with an L. But
I was there.
You were there? Dang, you were there. That's right, you were there. Let's see, man. I mean, we've talked about it. Both teams are kind of, we talked about it on previous podcasts. If you haven't had a chance, go check those out. Pretty mediocre. I think, what did you say last podcast we dropped? Just teetering on mediocrity.
Mediocrity. I think it's probably been updated. It gets updated every week. But like the last Lenardi, tournament bracket tology thing was had them both as 7 seeds. Duke since lost. Carolina's won. I'm sure it's but to be in that 5 to 10 range, not having the top 10, top 5 type seasons that we always come to expect out of Duke Carolina. But you know what?
It don't matter.
It doesn't.
Because y'all ain't ready.
No.
I'm juiced.
You clearly are.
I'm juiced. My boys been there, done that, man. They done ran through y'all last year like it was, some Mexican food after a drunk night out. I had to think of it.
I think you're forgetting the first time Duke and Carolina played.
It was
in Chapel Hill last season.
Yeah.
Because that was a beatdown.
It was over after the first media.
Yeah. So that did happen as well. I know it's easy to forget after the way the next 2 meetings and matchups went. But, Duke has been a team that has been incredibly inconsistent.
For sure.
But you catch us on the right night.
Yeah.
Which will be February 4th.
Let's hope. Because we got some money on it, big fella. We'll get into that, though.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit.
You're right, though. Nothing matters.
Yeah.
Rankings don't matter. Location clearly didn't matter last year.
Nope.
We both won on the road. Interesting. Excited to see how Shire, handles this situation. We saw how Hubert, kind of the team wasn't great the first time around, but clearly they made up for it.
Yep.
So I know he's got to be juiced. He's got to be amped. This would be a defining win for both teams. Even though they're beating, the rivalry, it would be a huge win for both teams.
I think probably from a coaching perspective and the way you're talking to your team, you're saying, obviously this is a huge week, rivalry week. This is what we come to Duke for, but it's another game.
Yeah.
We just got to play our basketball.
For sure.
And then it's a kitchen sink game. You're pulling out every motivational tactic you have for your team, especially for a struggling Duke team. You're like, this can make I don't want to say make our season.
I don't know if Shire even has to say any of that, though, because I remember, Roy wasn't amping. I mean, he doesn't have to. You know that. You go to Carolina, you go to Duke to play in those games. Coach wasn't putting up any type of bulletin board material because he didn't have to, I would say his level of expectation leading up to those games was definitely higher,
It's like I remember the Titans when he's like, perfection in practice that week.
Perfection.
We will be perfect in every aspect of the game. You drop a pass, you run a mile. You miss a blocking assignment, you run a mile. You fumble the football, and I will break my foot off in your John Brown hind parts. And then you will run a mile. Perfection.
Facts. Shout out to Petey, man. Had to run that mile. That was training camp, though. Yeah. Talk about the lead up to the game, man. You know, just in terms of the buzz, you know, the media hype, the vibe on campus, you know. Talk about that.
Tough not to look ahead on the weeks leading up to it. I mean, I think both campuses feel that way, but at Cameron, with literally every time you're going to practice, you're seeing the tents that have been camping in Krzyzewskiville to get ready. You know, they're doing it for other games too, but it's for this game.
Nah, come on,
It's for this game. And
college game days always there.
Always setting up the day before.
Always setting up.
I mean,
for sure.
It is hard not to look ahead to that moment. And I would agree with you generally in my experience with Coach K, and I assume John would do the same considering he's played in the rivalry. He's been an assistant coach in the rivalry. It's not like he's, you know, going to be wide-eyed to what the game's going to be like. But you're kind of trying to tamper your team down in a sense so that they don't get exhausted the week leading up.
Which can happen.
Absolutely. You know? From emotional exhaustion to a physical exhaustion, just to I mean, Coach K would always talk about in the tournament as well. Like, this is a time you have to tell people, I'm not dealing with tickets. Like, you know, if maybe family, but you got to tighten your circle because everybody's going to be asking for something.
Everybody.
Whether it's a ticket, whether it's a...
Because you only get 2 tickets on the road, I remember.
Yes.
You know, me and Lauren were talking about that. I used to have to, you know, scavenge, you know, for tickets just to be able to get my mom and dad and my girlfriend at the time into the game. You know, 4 at home, you know, which is still, you know,
for this game.
That's
There's more than 4 people asking for tickets.
For sure, bro. Which is ridiculous because they got to know.
Yeah, especially in Cameron, there's nowhere to put more people.
Nowhere, bro. Absolutely nowhere. And those you know, especially last year, those ticket prices were through the roof. You know, people were paying. I think I seen somebody pay like $100,000 just to watch Coach K lose his last home game. Crazy, man.
Yeah, I remember looking up and Jerry Seinfeld was up there sitting next to like Adam Silver up in the.
Oh yeah, he was.
Both of them were up there, and we were all packed to the brim. All the former players who were at that game. I mean, there was no room.
Yeah.
That is not a comfortable place.
Yeah, you're in bleachers
for a family. Sitting behind the bench to sit for tall people. Not great.
Not at all.
What was it like being? Let's talk about coming to Cameron. Like, what was it like on UNC's campus? What was?
I mean, the signs are out. The frat house has got the, you know, Ramses, you know, putting the pitchfork through the Blue Devil, you know, that type of stuff, which you would anticipate, and just, you know, everybody's rocking their jerseys, you know, their you know, Coach K, you know, RIP shirts, you know, just everything you can imagine. The vibe is just through the roof. You know, you can feel the energy just walking around campus. Nobody has to even say anything. And, you know, it was always supposed to be one of the most memorable days of the year, you know, especially when you're able to win on that Saturday. Because I think we talked about this before we got on, you know, usually that last game was right around spring break. So I know when I was at Carolina, my freshman year when we won at Duke, I think that was the only time we won was my freshman year. I was like so bummed because everybody was off campus. So we went at Duke. We come back to UNC campus and it's crickets.
Dead.
Nobody's there. It's just us. So, man, just the energy is electric, you know, throughout the whole campus, throughout all of Chapel Hill. Everybody knows Chapel Hill is the university, you know, and it really is all encompassing around the basketball team, especially this time of the year. So,
well, it's funny because I think in Durham, you know, a lot of Duke people come from out of state and then end up leaving out of state. And leading up, I mean, this week, I remember frequenting Panera Bread. And the Panera Bread employees were not Duke fans.
Really?
So in Durham, or Brugger's Bagels.
I believe it.
They're all Carolina people.
I believe it.
And you had to, you know, worry you weren't going to get a bagel with spit in it or something. I mean, I'm joking. That wasn't happening. But, it was
They're not
a crazy
afraid to
environment.
let you know.
No.
The people that you see on a daily basis, like the people that I would always see at Ram's Head Diner, you know, that would always take the swipes, those are our people, you get to know these people over the course of your time there, and you always go back and forth with them, and so they're going to always, give you their support, and try to make sure, they get into your ear before the game. People at, restaurants up on Franklin Street, So it's exciting, man. Everybody feels involved, everybody is a part of this game, more so than any other game on the schedule.
Absolutely. And one thing that's unique, I think, about Duke, which some people might say is ridiculous, but obviously people go to North Carolina because they love UNC basketball. They get into UNC and they've loved UNC basketball their whole life, and that's why they're there. There are kids that go to Duke. They could get into Ivy League schools, amazing schools, but they go to Duke because they watched a Duke North Carolina basketball game and say, I want to be one of those kids. Like, I'm not an athlete, but I want to be one of those kids, with the face paint on.
Athlete.
Yeah.
Come on, you'd have to say that.
Sorry.
Why would you torment yourself to that torture?
There's something about the camaraderie of
Tobacco Road? Yeah, for sure. No, there is, man.
Here's one other question for you, though.
Go ahead.
When you were walking around campus, did you feel more let's say from the Duke perspective, what did you feel more? Go to hell, Carolina, or did you feel more, come on, guys? Was it more hatred for Duke around campus?
Hatred for sure, bro.
Than support for you.
I can't say it on camera, but go over there and just murder those guys. We hate them. To the core.
Yes, that's sure. I agree. I thought you would agree, but
doesn't matter who. They're saying that to the managers. You know what I mean? Even the managers. A lot of people don't know. The night before Carolina and Duke play, the managers. I don't even know if we're supposed to say that.
I think it's okay. It's been on podcast before.
I just want to make sure
because I have a story after it. But go ahead.
Yeah, the managers play. I think even one time when I was there, they got into it. I know for a fact they did. I have to bring one of the managers on here and get a quote from them
because it was my brother.
Was it?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember they got into a fight.
Yeah, okay. It was my younger brother.
Tell us really quick.
That's what happened.
I remember
it was like a hard foul, and my brother came over to defend.
They were Jews. They were. They were like, they got back that night. They were like, we went over there. I'm like, guys, calm down.
Yeah, my younger brother. Yeah, my younger brother was a manager for 3 years on the team before he was a walk-on for the team.
That was when I was there,
and he was a part. He wasn't. I don't know that he was the main guy, but
we're gonna get that story for our subscribers.
Yes, we will.
That is a subscriber exclusive.
Yeah,
we got a partnership program coming up. We're gonna explain to y'all about that later. But that's a subscriber exclusive story coming to y'all soon.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's the rivalry right there, man. 15501, crazy. I live on 15501 now. I come out of the Dean Dome. I take a right. I go like I'm going towards Pittsburgh. A little North Carolina geography for y'all.
Yeah, don't give away too much.
Really, really small town. I don't live quite there. I'm just on the way there.
Yeah.
But if you take a left, takes you straight to Durham. Takes you straight to the exit you take to go to Cameron, man. Takes you right to Duke's campus.
I've said before, my apartment junior and senior year was smack dab in the middle. Yeah. I had apartment, same apartment complex was Dexter Strickland. Yep. I mean, we lived in the same apartment complex.
Yep. Shout out to Baden.
Yeah.
Crazy. Because that was I've only been to Duke's campus 4 times, 1 as a recruit and 3 times when I played there. Actually, I take that back. I came 1 other time to watch my wife play volleyball.
Wow.
Yep, I did.
That's beautiful.
That was kind of a real weird moment. That was my only other time, going into Cameron, rocking Carolina gear. Just kind of was in the back. But still supporting, still
keep
showing
your head
up.
Down. Yeah.
But yeah.
I'll take you.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
Maybe we can loop that into the bet, man.
Yeah, okay, that's a good idea.
Unbelievable, though, that you have these just historical programs that close to each other.
Yeah.
You gotta just make the drive one time just to see. You have such history.
And sustained excellence.
So true, bro. So true. I'm juiced.
Me too.
It's go time. It's gonna be 8:30 a.m. here in the morning. We're gonna be locked in, tuned in. We gotta watch a game. Yeah, we gotta watch it together.
Yeah, we'll
definitely watch it together.
And all the baggage that has come with the history, you know, this last year, all that happened.
Speak on it, bro. Let it out, man. It's a safe place.
Inevitably, what matters is what happens.
For sure.
February 4th.
I can agree. We can agree on that.
I get that we'll never, quote unquote, live it down the way you guys ended Kay's career and all that. In this moment, this is all that matters.
For sure. I'm excited. I'm juiced, man.
So what's our bet?
Our bet? It's a family bet, man. The wives, the kids, we're
getting them all involved.
Yeah, man. Winner gets a free dinner, man. Winner Chicken dinner.
Chicken dinner.
Free 99, man. To their choice.
I have to warn you.
I'm running it up.
My kids are partial.
Oh, good, man.
To very
good,
very nice steak.
I know they bougie, man. You can say I know they they like the little Worcestershire sauce on the side.
Worcestershire.
They little pickies up with their little water cups. Don't worry, man.
Okay.
I can't wait. Let me get a bottle of Opus. You
gotta search for a restaurant.
Hard Rock Cafe serve Opus?
Hard Rock, yeah. For all you foreign hoopers, you'll know about Hard Rock Cafe.
Hard Rock Cafe, man. Bring me your best bottle of red wine. They gonna look at me like, bro, we got house wine. That's it. And we'll make sure we get proof.
Let's get on the camera. The shake for the listeners. We're shaking right now.
Don't let me down, boys. Don't let me down.
This can get expensive real quick.
It's good, man. Knowing our kids.
Yeah.
Might even let them get dessert, man.
You'll be in a happy place.
Yes.
And we'll make sure we document it.
Yeah, we'll document it.
For social media.
For the people.
You know.
Yep.
So if you're listening and are not following Better Blue Podcast,
check us out
on all platforms.
On all platforms.
Make sure you're following.
Please. And thank you. And enjoy this game. Put your phone down. Get your gear on. And support your team, man.
Put your phone down. You could be on Twitter tweeting, looking up all the people.
I'm not live tweeting. But enjoy, man. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, it will be a lot of fun.
It's going to be exciting. This has been a crazy year. It's been a crazy last 4 months doing this podcast. But this is going to be a fun game. This is why we started the pod, because of our love for our respective universities. So may the better man win.
Absolutely.
May the better blue win.
The better blue. This is where it all started.
The better blue.
And, one of the, I think, great moments of my career and my basketball career, I'm sure my life, the stories I'll tell my kids is about this rivalry and playing in those games, win, lose, whatever it is. There's no experience in sports quite like it. And
preach, brother.
Yeah, it's we can talk about it all we want, but
can.
the I think Coach K would say the goosebumps you get just having experienced it is pretty special. So
lasts a lifetime.
Yeah. Believe us when we say it's great.
It's great. Appreciate y'all. Enjoy it.
Shout out Dev.
Shout out Dev. Peace.